What's up, everybody? It's Jamie Shaw here with the Absolute Basketball Experience. In today's episode, we talk to new Virginia commit Trey Murphy. We talk about his dad's influence on his game. We talk about his rise from underrated to star. And we talk about the allure of the Virginia basketball program for him and so much more. Before we get into it, though, we'd like to ask that you subscribe to this podcast, that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Go ahead and click the bell so that you get all the notifications. And if you enjoy the interview, make sure that you share it across your platforms as well. We would greatly appreciate that. Without further ado, here is our interview with new UVA commit, Trey Murphy. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jamie Shaw again here with the Absolute Basketball Experience. We are here with new Virginia commitment, Trey Murphy. Trey, first off, congratulations. And how does it feel to get this out of the way?
Great. Super excited. Ready to get to work, really. That's the main thing.
I hear you. Are you back in Durham now?
Yes, I am.
Are you able to get out and work out or shoot around a little bit, or do you have anywhere in this quarantine time that you're able to?
The front yard. That's it. Just been in my driveway getting shots up.
I hear you, man. I hear you. That's more than a lot of people.
It really is. It's a blessing. I know that.
So speaking of in your household, your dad played collegiate basketball and all that kind of stuff. How has it been being able to draw on his expertise of playing high-level basketball? How's it been with your development and being able to draw from him and his experience?
I mean, I learned a lot from my dad, and he's probably been one of my biggest motivators, one of my hardest critics. And I feel like it's made me a lot stronger and tougher throughout the years. So I always look at that as just something that is almost invaluable with the way that he coached me and all like the different pointers he would give me. It's just something you can't really put a price tag on.
Absolutely. And when was the first time that you actually beat him in a game?
Well, I have never beat him because he stopped playing me when I was 16. So
veteran dad move, man. That's get it that one last time and just retire.
He retired. He's not playing anymore. Sad, but it's all right. I'll let him have his glory day.
I hear you. So coming out of high school, I mean, for your career, you averaged 22 points on 45% from three, 93% three-point shooter. You're the all-time carry leader in field goals, threes, free throws. 43% your senior year. You had a few offers in July going into your senior year, but for the most part, you were overlooked and kind of slept on a little bit. What did you think that was why do you think that was?
I mean, like people have said in the past, like I'm a late bloomer. And so I've grown actually about 3 inches while in college, and I've gained up to 30 pounds. So at the time in high school, I was a little undersized for like my game, but I knew all along that I was going to be a lot bigger height-wise and weight-wise.
Would you say that put a chip on your shoulder still? That you put up huge numbers, you did it against everybody, and would you still have put a huge chip on your shoulder to continue to develop moving forward?
Definitely. I mean, I always looked at it. I just stayed with like an even kill attitude. Never got too high, never got too low, and I was just putting my head down and work. That's the main thing.
And you ended up going to Rice out of the Conference USA, great conference. Although you played in 32 games your freshman year, you got your first start of your career on March 6th against Charlotte, who consequentially was a North Carolina team who didn't offer you coming out of high school. What was that moment like when you got that call, when Coach said, you're going to be starting this game?
It was great, especially going back to my home state and playing against a team who overlooked me. It was my first start. It's almost like a storybook type of deal, but it was just something I just had to just take it in stride and keep playing. That's the main thing. I can't get too happy about it. So yeah.
And then as a sophomore, you were really rolling. You led the team in scoring, field goals, dunks, and blocks. You were third in rebounds and second in threes and steals. Unbelievable season altogether. It seems like you were really in the zone. What was the feeling like that you had, the confidence that you had, level that you had going through that entire season last year?
I just knew the work that I put in that summer was going to pay off. And I had gained about 15 pounds from the last season. And I knew that would be something that would help a lot. And so the work in the weight room as well as on the court just had my confidence shoot through the roof, really.
Absolutely. And then ending last season, you went through the process. You decided to transfer. What went into that decision, and what all went into that decision to make that move?
It was a really tough decision, and uh, I have a lot of love for Rice as a whole,
Mhm.
but I just felt like I just needed something different at the time, and it was hard for me to really change up because of how like I've just tried to stick with like what I was doing and like stick with decisions that I made. But it was just something I felt I had to take a leap of faith and really just change things up.
And you entered the transfer portal in a very unique time, quarantine. I'm sure the second process was a whole lot different from the first. How did you handle not only the bombardment that you got from schools trying to recruit you now, but also how did you narrow that down without being able to visit and do all that kind of stuff? What was the process like for you?
Really, I was just listening to what everybody had to say, taking notes, and just realizing things that I didn't want and things that I did want in a program. And then that's when I could start ruling out different programs and willing it down and willing it down. So that was the main thing. That's it, really.
And then coming into the process, what were some of those things that you really did want, like on your list? What were some of those things that you really did want in a program that really meant a lot?
What meant a lot is definitely like the culture of the program. Want to make sure I'm going somewhere where they value high character people as well as they work hard and they just want to win. Those are the main. Those are the things that I really cared about. And then I just want to progress as well as maximize my potential.
And then obviously you land on Virginia. What was it about Virginia that really, that really stood out?
Coach Bennett really hammered home how much he felt like I was a good person as well as a good basketball player and how he could help me maximize my potential. And it's tough to pass up on that because I mean he's such a great coach and he's done a lot of great things. So I really have a lot of trust and belief in Coach Bennett.
And not only that, but he's also a great guy and very easy to talk to.
Very easy to talk to. It's like we met each other like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So we were having like really good conversations. It was just really good time.
No, absolutely. And what he's done at UVA has been unbelievable. He's turned it into a top program year after year. I guess technically they're still the defending national champions. Um, you know, with not only a reputation for winning, but developing wings and perimeter guys like yourself. How much did that reputation play into your decision?
It helped a lot. I mean, because they're proven. So you see guys like DeAndre Hunter, Joe Harris, Kyle Guy, and guys like that. You see them developing and then making it to the NBA and being able to do like great things in the NBA. Then it's like it's hard. It's hard to pass up on that. And he has a really good track record, even back to Washington State with Klay Thompson, like
Mhm.
somebody that I watch a ton of film on and I admire his game. So yeah, it's
And it seems there's a little familiarity there too. There's a nice little 919 to Charlottesville pipeline. Caden and Justin McCoy and Jay Huff on all on the team now and everything. Do you know any of those guys? Have relationships with them? Were they coming at you pretty hard with it too?
Yeah, those are my guys, especially Justin. We were talking a lot. He was recruiting me pretty hard. He was just like, bro, like, I don't know what you're waiting for. You might as well just come on down, come on up to Charlottesville.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That always makes it easier when you know people and all that kind of stuff going in. What type of role do they see you playing, and how do you see yourself fitting into the system that they already have?
Really being a versatile wing that can guard and play multiple positions and being able to score the ball. And that's it, really. And I can see myself just coming off the pin downs as well as getting into ISO situations and being efficient.
No, absolutely. And that's awesome, man. It's awesome to see kind of what you've developed into, what you've become yourself, the hard work. I remember little old Trey Murphy coming in at eighth grade or whatever, and then sprouting up and seeing what you did last year. Do you have anything that you want to say to Virginia fans as to what they can expect and what they're looking forward to?
Just gonna get the best out of me. I'm gonna make sure I give you 110% every day. And after my sit out year, I promise it's gonna be very fun. That's the main thing I'm gonna say.
That's awesome. Trey, I want to thank you. I want to congratulate you again for Virginia. I want to thank you for joining us here on the Absolute Basketball Experience. For Trey Murphy, I'm Jamie Shaw. Thank you guys very much for tuning in.
Thank you.
And there you have it. New UVA commit Trey Murphy on the Absolute Basketball Experience with Jamie Shaw. We'd like to thank him for coming. What a great interview, great insight, and an unbelievably good year he had last year. Very excited to see what he does with Tony Bennett in this system moving forward. In the meantime, if you haven't done it already, please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the podcast, as we said before, feel free to please share it across your platforms. We would greatly appreciate all of that. And in the meantime, drop in the comments. I'm eager to know from you, who is your favorite UVA player of all time? There's a lot of them to go through the list. Who is your favorite UVA player of all time? I'm eager to hear it. Drop it in the comments. But until next time, please make sure you tune in. Please make sure you subscribe. And we look forward to hearing from you. For Trey Murphy, I am Jamie Shaw, the Absolute Basketball Experience. Thank you.